Okay, good morning, everybody. My name's Jana, and I work with Realtour. And I'm going to give, oh, yeah, I think someone else has just arrived, so I'm just going to keep sort of chitty-chatting until everybody gets set up. Basically, what we're going to do today is kind of an introductory overview of our top main products, okay? And as I said, afterwards, if you want to go more in depth on any specific product or all of them, you can always reach out to me and I'll do a one-on-one session with you. It's no problem. I do them all the time. But for today's session, we're kind of just going to give an introduction, probably about 40, 45 minutes, and then we'll open the floor to any questions you might have. And feel free, if you have a question in the middle of the session, just holler. Or Brad, if you notice someone's trying to ask a question and I'm talking and I don't see them, just feel free to interrupt me at any time, okay? Okay, so as
Sure.
long as everyone can see my screen and hear me, we're good to go. I'm logged in to my Realtor account and I'm just moving my mouse around. I am on the home page. We call this our dashboard page. It's where all our products and everything are, okay? So let's say we're going to pretend that I'm a real estate agent, okay? And I just got a new listing and I'm really excited and I want to get busy marketing my listing, okay? So the main products that our clients use are photo shoots. They'll book a photo shoot through their Realtor account. Then they'll use those beautiful pictures they just got in a virtual tour, which we also call single property websites, either or. Then, once they've made that amazing single property website, they're going to put together an e-flyer that they're going to blast out to the real estate community that links to the virtual tour. And once all of that is done, they're going to make some print material that they can have at their open house. So typically, this is what our clients use us in this order: photo shoot, virtual tour, e-flyer, print material. Okay. Now, having just said that, you do not have to use us for all of these products. A lot of our clients will come in and just make e-flyers with us, and that's totally okay. So don't ever feel like you have to book a photo shoot through us. Maybe you already have a photographer that you work with and they do your photography. That's totally fine. You can upload your own photography and use us to make your tours. Maybe you just want to use us to make your print material. It's all good. But for today, we're going to go through these top 4 products. Okay, let's say I'm a real estate agent, just got my listing. The first thing I want to do is book a photo shoot. I log into my account and I just click on photo shoots. Okay, the next page is going to show me all of my existing listings that I have already created in my account. If you're brand new, you're not going to have any listings. Okay, no problem. Just so you know, all of the products that you make in Realtour are organized and saved under the listings. That's how we keep everything organized. So once you get rolling and start using us, your listings page might have a bunch, you might have 2 or 3, doesn't matter, it's all good. But if you don't have any listings, you have to start by creating the listing. So again, this is a brand new listing, just got it. I've got to create my listing. So I click on Create Listing. The next page is what we call the property details page. Now, to get started, I have to fill in these required fields, the ones that are underlined in green. It's really just the address. That's basically what I need to get rolling. So for today, let's just make up an address. Let's just call this 123 Thursday Street, okay? And let's just say that I am in Austin, Texas, and here's my zip code. Okay, so all I had to do was fill in those 4 fields and I got a new button that said create listing. And if I click that, I can move on to the next step. But, and this is one of those little things I always tell people, if I have a few minutes and I know the details of the listing, I can click on optional, add more details, and then I can fill in all the extra information about the listing, the price, how many bedrooms, all the property features. I can put in a little header or a title for the listing and I can type in my little description text, a couple paragraphs, okay? Now, I always tell people, if you can do this right now at the beginning, it's worth it because as you will see, a lot of this information will auto-populate into whatever product you're making. If you're making a virtual tour, if you're making an e-flyer, a lot of this information will just auto-populate into the template and you don't have to manually type it in. So take 5 minutes, fill in this information. It will save you time later. But again, you don't have to. If you're on your way out the door, you just wanted to get that photo shoot booked so you get the date you want and you don't have time for this, that's okay. You can always come back to this page, which I'll show you, and fill in the stuff later. All right, so create listing. The next page is going to display all of the photographers that service this zip code. So this was the zip code of the listing I just made. As you all know, Texas is a very big place. Not all the photographers can cover every single zip code, right? But these are the photographers that do. I think I have maybe 5. Yeah, I've got 5 photographers that service that zip code. So I can have a quick look and see what services they offer, what dates they're available. I can click and each one has a portfolio. So if I want to get an idea of what kind of photography they take, I can also click here and get a little pop-up of their packages and their pricing. Okay, now again, a lot of our clients will use the same photographer over and over and over again. They have a good relationship with that photographer and they'll just book from that same person all the time. All good. So let's just say for today, I'm going to choose Philip. Philip's my guy. I use him all the time. And oh, his first opening is Friday, which is perfect for me. That's when I want this photo shoot done. I simply click on the day that I want. The next page is going to show me all of Philip's packages and what his pricing is for each one. Okay, so I can scroll down. Now you'll notice most of our photographers do a basic package and it's about $150, right? So this one includes 20 still images, $155. For today, let's just say I'm going to go with a basic package. Let's say my listing is just a small, neat little house and that's all I need, that's all I want. But most of our photographers offer a lot more. They'll do big luxury packages with tons of pictures. They'll do video walkthroughs. They do Matterport. They do aerials, you name it. They pretty much all offer everything. A lot of them do floor plans, all that good stuff, okay? But for today, let's just say I want a basic photo shoot. Once I've ticked the box that I want, I just hit continue. The next page, I have the opportunity to give Philip, my photographer, any additional instructions for the photo shoot and let him know how he can access the property. So if he's going to meet me at the property, done. I can move on. But maybe there's a lockbox. I want him to just go and do the photo shoot. I can put in the code. I can give him the owner's name. I can add any instructions like maybe the homeowners just recently had their landscaping done and I really want Philip to take some pictures of the gardens, or maybe there's a dog, or just anything you want him to know. You can do all that on this page. Once you're done, you just hit continue. Oh, I was supposed to enter the CBS code. Whoops, I'll tick meet me at the property. Okay, once I hit continue, I'm in the shopping cart and that's it. That is how quickly you can book a photo shoot. I always say to people, like, don't worry about it. Even if you have 5 minutes and you want to get that specific date, you can log into your account, especially if you use the same photographer and you tend to book the same packages. You can go through the process and book your photo shoot in just a few minutes. It's really easy. And once I am in the shopping cart, once I pay for this, it is fully officially booked. It goes into Philip's schedule and I'm good to go. So one thing I like to point out to everybody when you're in the shopping cart, you'll notice these are the details for the order. Here we go. But also Platinum Virtual Tour for $0. So this is another incentive for people to book a professional photo shoot. Not only do you get beautiful pictures to use in all of your marketing, we give you a free Platinum Virtual Tour, which is normally worth $30. Okay, and then you can, as I'll go through next, you can showcase all of the pictures in that virtual tour. So it's just one more reason why I always say to people, please book a photo shoot for $150. You'll get 20 amazing pictures that you can use in all your marketing. Why wouldn't you do it? It's the way to go. Okay, I'm going to delete this out of my shopping cart. This is another feature. Anytime you put something in your shopping cart, you have the option to delete it. So don't panic if you accidentally send something to the shopping cart. I do it all the time. I'm going to delete this so I don't accidentally book this photo shoot. Okay, back to the home page. So that was booking a photo shoot. Next up, we're going to make a virtual tour. Okay, all I do is click on virtual tours. And once again, I land on that same page with all my listings. Now you'll notice that listing that I just made for the photo shoot, 123 Thursday Street, now it's here. So if I wanted to make a virtual tour for this, under options, I can choose create tour and go through the whole process. Now, just to save us a bit of time, I'm not going to start completely from scratch. What I'm going to do is choose one of my existing listings that I use all the time that already has all of the content in it. And again, that's just to save us a bit of time today. Okay, so I'm going to choose 111 Main Street. That's my tour. And I'm just going to go under edit tour, which will bring us into the back end of the virtual tour, and then we're going to go through all the steps. Okay, so first of all, in the back end of all of our products, we have what we call the navigation bar. So it's slightly different based on the product, but we have this so that you can skip through the steps. Some of the features in here are optional. You don't necessarily want to go through every step, especially if you're in a rush. So some people will literally fill in the details, upload their media, and jump right to the end, and they're done. And that's all you have to do. Similarly, if you get to the end and realize you forgot something or you made a mistake, you can easily jump back to a page. You don't have to go through every single page. So every product has a navigation bar just so you can move around more easily. The first page is the property details page. Now this page should look familiar because this is what it looked like when we did the photo shoot, okay? You only have to create your listing once. Even though we created the listing for the photo shoot, when I'm in the virtual tour, it's already done for me, okay? You don't have to set it up again just because you're making a different product. But this is what the property details page looks like when you filled in more of the information, okay? I've even got a little paragraph down here. Again, as you guys will see, it's always a good idea to fill in this information because it will auto-populate into whatever product you're making and it will just save you time. Before I move on, I also want to show you under my account, I'm actually going to click on my account. If you're new to Realtour, when you first set up your account, same thing. You're going to go onto my account, fill in your information. And again, it's just because it will auto-populate into all of your products. So you can put your office address, whatever contact phone numbers, your email address, all that stuff. Put it in here. Same with if you have social media accounts. You can fill these in, right? And then they will auto-populate into your tours and things, saves you time. Same with your headshots. And I've got a whole bunch of headshots. This is just a training account, but upload your headshot and upload your logo. Believe me, it will save you time later, okay? That was a little aside. So let's go back into the virtual tour. Now you notice how I exited out of the virtual tour and it's like, oh my God, how do I get back in there? No problem. You can always exit any of our products at any time. Our system saves everything. And then you can come right back in by just clicking on virtual tours, back on the listing page. I was working on, what was I, 111 Main Street. There it is, back into edit and I'm right back where I was and I can use my navigation bar to get back to the exact page. But I just wanted to show you that for my account, just like on the property details page. It's a good trick. Okay, so let's say I've got all my property details set up. Next is media. So most people just upload still photography and that's what they want in their virtual tour. Now, if you book a photo shoot with one of our photographers and you get a free virtual tour, the photographer who has their own Realtour account, they have their own special back end. Once the photos are ready, they will process them and upload them and create the tour from their end. And once that's done, you get an email saying, hey, Jana, Philip just finished your photo shoot. Your virtual tour is all set up. You can go in and edit it further if you want. And then if I come to this page, all of my pictures are sitting here ready to go. So that just makes your life easier. Another reason why you should book a photo shoot with our photographers. But again, you don't have to. If you have your own pictures or you use a photographer outside of our system, it's all good. Under these menus, next to photos, you can upload your own images. You can also download all of these images at different sizes because if Philip, the photographer, took the images, I don't have them saved on my computer. They're here in my Realtour account in the virtual tour, but I might also want to save them on my computer to use on my own personal website, or I might want to send them to the client so they have a copy as well. So just so you can see, you can upload, you can download, you can include panoramas. Those are the 360 view pictures. You can upload videos. Maybe you've hired your photographer to do a video for you, or maybe you did your own little video walkthrough yourself when you were there. You can add a Matterport tour. If you have a custom link, some of our photographers do Zillow tours and things like that. If you have a custom link to any other form of media that you want also added to your virtual tour, you can have that here. If you have floor plans, you can upload a floor plan. You get the idea. All of your media is housed on this page. You can click on each of these little thumbnails and move them around to change the order, because the order we're looking at now is the order they're going to show up in the tour. And as I mouse over, you can see there's a little caption box. If I wanted to add a little caption to the picture, maybe there's something specific in this picture that I want to point out, I can type in a little caption. I can move to the next image, type a caption for, you don't have to type a caption for all the images, so don't worry. It's just if you want to do a handful of them, you can do that. Pop up, it's done. Okay? Super easy. So that's your media page. Map, very easy. You do not have to do anything on this page. It's just a Google map, and we've put a little marker where your listing is. All you really want to do on this page is make sure that that marker's in the right place, because sometimes Google Maps doesn't quite get it right. And if it's not in the right place, you just click on the marker and just shift it. Maybe it's supposed to be here instead, and you're done. Okay? Again, I don't have to hit save. The system saves every single change. Every edit I do, it's automatically saved for you. Next up is floor plans. This is an optional feature. If you don't have a floor plan, don't worry about it. Just skip this one. If you do have a floor plan, and back on the media page, I had uploaded a JPEG of, I've got 3 floor plans in here, but this is just for training. If I do have a floor plan, it's going to show up on this page, and if I want to leave it as it is, no problem, I can move on. Or if I want to highlight or illustrate the floor plan with little pictures of my listing, I can drag and drop them over. So here's the living room. I can click on this and drag and drop it over and let go over the living room. Then it becomes a little camera icon, and if you click on it, you get to see the living room. Now, this will make more sense when we look at the front end of the tour, but this is how you set it up in the back end. So I can go through and add, just a handful of pictures if I want, just so people can see, oh, I see, that's how it's going to look, okay? Again, this is optional. You don't have to do this, okay? Next up is the flyer. So you can associate a flyer with your virtual tour. It just means that some people still feel more comfortable with print. So even if they're in your digital single property website virtual tour, they might want to actually download a PDF of the flyer so they can print it out and have it. Okay, if you've already gone in and made a flyer for this listing, which I've already done, because again, this is a test listing, little thumbnails of my flyers, and I have a whole bunch of flyers that some of them are half done. Anyway, if you have a flyer here, you can just drag and drop it over, and then someone will be able to download a PDF of that when they're in the front end of your tour. If you're making the tour first and you haven't made anything else, there won't be any flyers here, and that's totally fine. You can finish your tour, then you can go in, make your e-flyer, and then you can always come back to the tour, click on e-flyer, it'll be sitting here, you can drag and drop it over. Super easy, okay? Next up is branding. So we give our clients just a few options to brand the tour, the look and feel of it, to better match their own marketing. Now, this is something that I'm hoping in the next few months we can do some updates on. We've had some people ask questions like, well, what if we want to use our own specific color? There's just some extra goodies that I would like to do on the branding page so people can make their tours more their own. But for now, you can change the color. Like right now I've chosen gray, but maybe my logo is blue, and I'm thinking, you know what, there's a navy blue. I'm going to click on that. You simply click on it and the system will upload right in front of you. So you can see, oh, that's what it's going to look like, okay? I can change the font. I can choose to show all of my listings in this virtual tour or not. I can add a second agent if I'm working with another agent on this. And then here's my headshot and logo. Now you'll notice my headshot, my logo, my title, all my contact information is already sitting here. And the reason it is because under my account, I filled in all that information and I uploaded my headshot, I uploaded my logo. I did all of that way back when I created my Realtour account. So if you do that in the beginning, this is where it saves you time. Look, it's all here. It's already auto-populated. But don't worry, if you didn't do that, it's okay. Like I said, you can always leave the tour and go to my account and then come back, or you can edit things right here. You'll notice that you can make some edits. If I click on this, it'll edit and it'll update right here. Okay? So you can do all of that as well. Okay, moving on. SEO, search engine optimization. When I first started doing these tutorials, SEO was a mystery to most people, but I think more and more people are familiar with the idea of SEO. Basically, you just want to make it easier for a search engine like Google to find your tour, right? So this takes no time at all, and really it's worth the effort. All you need to do, and we make it easy for you, this paragraph here, we've just placed this paragraph from your property details. So on my property details page, I put in a descriptive paragraph. So when I go to SEO, that descriptive paragraph is here. So you can choose keywords out of this and dump them up here. Or I can type in. I can type in any keywords that I think somebody who's looking for a house might actually use. Like maybe they want a 4-bedroom with a swimming pool in this particular neighborhood near this particular school. I can put those keywords in here and just click update. And then if someone's on Google and they're searching for any of those keywords, there's a much better chance that the link to my tour is going to show up in those search results. So this is optional. You don't have to do it, but really you can add keywords in less than a minute. So you might as well, right? All good. Next up is music, also optional. If you want music to flow in the background of the virtual tour portion of this website, we have all these different music samples. If I play it right now, you probably won't be able to hear it because I've got a headset on. Anyway, you can go through and test them all. If there's one you like, you just tick and you're done, move on. If you don't want music, just tick no music, move on, okay? Super easy. Okay, now I get a chance to see a preview of the tour. And my monitor is humongous, so I'm gonna make this narrower because, oh, sorry guys, my GoToMeeting controls are in the way. Most people, your tour is gonna look more like this. Whoops, I got too much stuff open. Sorry guys. It's gonna look more like this. Okay, so here at the top, I have my little headline that I put in, the address, here's my headshot, all my contact information, and here's a beautiful slideshow of all the pictures I just uploaded, and these are in the order, whatever order I put them in, okay? I can scroll down. Here's an actual gallery, so I can look at these individually in a pop-up with the captions if I want to. Scrolling down, here are my property details, and it all shows up because I filled it all in on that property details page. I can download the flyer because I added a flyer if I want, okay? I can also forward this to a friend. Now, this wasn't something that we had to set up in the back end. This is just one of those little features that we do automatically. So if someone is watching your tour and they click on this, they can just put in whoever. Maybe it's my sister. Oh my gosh, I think you would love this house. It's perfect for you. I can put in their information and then I can hit send and they'll get a nice link to watch the virtual tour. Okay, scrolling down. Oh, here's an example of a Zillow tour. One of our photographers does a lot of Zillow tours, and it's like a Matterport tour. And I put the link for it when I was on that media page in the back end, so it shows up in here, and I can move around the house. If I put in a Matterport link, same thing. It'll show up right here in the website. Scrolling down, here's my location. It's a Google map, and this is a live Google map, so I can also zoom in. I can move around. It's not just a static picture. You can really go in there and take a look at what's going on. Here's my listing. Scrolling down, here's the floor plan because I included a floor plan. Here's my little pictures if I want to look at those. Okay, scrolling down at the bottom, here's just a footer with my contact information again, more contact information. And if someone wants to reach out to me by filling in a form, they can do that as well. So basically, it's a simple single property website, and built into the single property website is an actual virtual tour. If I click on that, then I get to watch the moving slideshow with all my images, my background music. I don't know how well this shows for you guys because we're on a webinar, but there's nice transition between the pictures and all that stuff. We still have a lot of people who just love sitting through the virtual tour, right? If you like that, no problem. It's here. built into the single property website, or we get people who they don't have time, they don't care, they just want to go next, 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 look at the still imagery. Okay, it's all good. So I'm just going to expand my screen again. Now, remember, I clicked on preview to get to this. So it opened in its own pop-up window. If there's a mistake or anything else I see in here, I can just jump back to my Realtour account and I'm right back where I was. Okay, I can jump back using the navigation bar. Maybe I had a typo in one of my captions, so I can jump back and fix that. Maybe I want to add a floor plan. Anything you want to do, you can do that here. So, and then you can always preview it again. The tour is not live outside of your Realtour account, so don't panic. Just because you're previewing it and it appears to be live and everything works, it's not actually on the internet outside of your Realtour account. So don't worry, you can get your stuff all ready to go and then put it live later. Okay? We do that by clicking on the links page. The links page is basically just that. Any links that you want to send to people so that they can watch this tour or visit it are housed here on the links page. We have branded links and unbranded because some MLSs do not allow branding on the tours. So you have both those options. If you just want to send somebody the actual virtual tour portion, which is the moving slideshow with the music, you can also just send them that. If you have a website and you want to copy a link so that you can embed the tour in your website, we've got a link for that, okay? So it's all right here on this page. You can also, on this page, you can purchase a custom domain name if you want. It's $19.95. You'll notice if I go back to links, this is the link. This is the domain for your tour. Most people are fine with that because in most cases when you watch a virtual tour, you're literally clicking on a button that says watch virtual tour and nobody really notices the link. But some people want a specific link for the tour. That's good. You can do that on the domain page. You can type it in, check to see if it's available. If it is, you can purchase it right here. And then you can use that link. Maybe I want 111mainstreethouse.com. I can purchase that if it's available, and then I can use that going forward for this tour. Okay? QR code, we automatically generate a QR code for every single virtual tour. It's free of charge. If you want to use it in your print material, if you're getting signs made or something like that and you want to use it, you can just download a JPEG of it right here. It will always be sitting in the back end of the virtual tour. YouTube. If you have a YouTube channel and you want to turn this little virtual tour into a video and post it on YouTube, you can do that right here. Now, I've already done it, so you can see that I've got this, but when you come here for the first time, you actually have 3 options on this page. If you don't have a YouTube channel, don't worry about it. Realtour does, and you can just click a button and we will generate the video and it'll be hosted on the Realtour YouTube channel. If you have your own, you can do it right here and we'll post it to your channel as well, okay? So if you want to get on YouTube, you can do that. The custom link, remember I said I pasted a custom link to a Zillow tour on the media when I was doing my media. If I want to get that custom link and send it to somebody, maybe they just want to watch the Zillow tour outside of the virtual tour, here's the link for that. And then last but not least, we're almost done everybody, is statistics. So every Monday, we send out these statistics for this listing, for this tour, to you, the real estate agent, because you've made the tour. And you can see how many people have viewed it, how many people clicked on stuff, what did they click on, all that kind of stuff, right? If you want to know. If you would like anyone else, maybe your client, to also get that stats report, you can sign them up here with their name and email. This doesn't mean they will get all stats for all of your listings. They're only going to get the stats for this listing, right? Because that's all they need to know. Okay, so if you want to do that, you can do it here. And then once the property has sold, you can come back in here and just remove them and they'll stop getting that report. But we do send out a stats report every Monday. If you just want to keep it to yourself to see, who's clicking on my stuff. Maybe you'll do try something new that you haven't tried before, like a Zillow tour or Matterport. You might find that suddenly you've got hundreds of clicks and you're thinking, oh, people really like that. Maybe I'll start using it going forward in the rest of my marketing stuff. So, okay. Statistics. All right, going through the virtual tour is the biggest process. It's our most in-depth feature product. So we made it through that. Now we're going to go back to the home page and we're going to do e-flyers. I think We go through different stages, but lately I think e-flyers, actually for quite a while, have been our biggest product. Everybody loves sending out e-flyers. We've been doing them for a really long time, like 15 years. Um, they go out to the real estate community. So our database is 15 years old. It is constantly being updated. So for the most part, the only people who are in our database are people who want to receive your flyer. They've been with us for a long time. You can easily unsubscribe or subscribe yourself. We get people all the time emailing and saying, hey, can you add me to the database? Or Bob in my office is new. He wants to get flyers. Can you add Bob to the database? So it's as up to date as we can keep it, and it changes all the time. Okay? All right, so we've got our photo shoot done. We've just made our virtual tour. Let's blast out an e-flyer. So I click on e-flyers. Once again, I'm on the listings page. Okay. Um, Maybe, actually, I'm going to use that same listing that we just did the virtual tour for because it already has all of my content in it. Okay, so there it is, 111 Main Street. Under options, I'm going to create a new flyer. So we will make an e-flyer from scratch, but it's just quicker than making the virtual tour. Okay, so now I'm in the back end, and again, I have a navigation bar. It looks different than the virtual tour one, but still it operates the same. If I click on property details, it's the exact same property details page as when I booked the photo shoot and when I made the virtual tour, right? Everything in our system is interconnected. Typically, when you do something once, you never have to do it again, right? We're not going to make you fill in all the listing details again. You've already done it once. It just saves you time, makes everything easier. So, property details, existing e-flyers. If you have already made existing e-flyers, they're going to be housed on this page. Sometimes people will make an e-flyer, blast it out, and then a week later, they want to go back in and re-blast it. Maybe they want to pick, sorry, if I mouse over, you can see it nice and big. Maybe they want to use the same flyer, but they just want to do some edits. Maybe they've dropped the price, something like that. Or over here, this is an e-flyer that I've already sent out. For this e-flyer, maybe I just want to do a resend. I can click resend, double check that it's going to the same area it went last time, or tweak the area and then just blast it out again. I can also download a PDF once I've done a full blast out. You can do all of that here. So this page is where all of my existing stuff is. I can also delete stuff out of here. If I've got a bunch of ones I made and never used and they're clogging up my account, I don't like that, I can just delete them out of here as well. Okay, template library. We literally have hundreds of templates in our library, okay? So if I've already made a bunch of flyers, when I land on this page, I automatically see my favorites. So we've found over the years that most of our agents will have one or two favorite templates that they like to use. Anytime you use a template, we automatically put a copy of it here in your favorites. This is just to save you time. So if you come back in here, you don't have to go through all the hundreds of templates to find that one that you used last time that you like. It's going to be sitting here ready for you to go, like to just click on it and move forward. So it's all good. But if you want to go through all of our different categories, here we go. We have styles and themes. So if I open that, let's say that I have an open house coming up. Okay, I'm going to tick open house. Now this is going to update with all the different open house flyers that are themed. Maybe I want to go open house, but I also want to go by color. I want to go with blue because my logo's blue. Now the system's going to show me there are 3 open house templates that are blue, okay? So I can do it that way if I want. We also have different themes for holidays, right? Maybe you want to blast out something, it's Christmas time. Maybe you want to go by the number of images. Sometimes people want to just do 1 image, sometimes people want to do 6 images, so we have them organized by that. Maybe number of listings. Maybe you're doing an open house and you've got 4 listings and you want to showcase those 4 listings on one flyer and blast it out, that kind of thing. Before I go on, we also have a blank template. Okay, if I click on blank template, you can see it's empty. These are 8.5 by 11. All of our e-flyer templates are 8.5 by 11, and we did this so that you can blast it out digitally, but you can also print it at a standard size, 8.5 by 11. This way you don't have to make an e-flyer and then go in and also make print material for the same listing. We just use standard sizes just to save you time. A lot of our clients already have a finished flyer that they either made in-house, maybe they have a marketing department that makes it, or maybe they're, pretty good on a computer and they go into a program like Canva or something. Maybe they have a graphic designer who makes it. Doesn't matter. If you have a finished flyer, as long as it's 8.5 by 11, you can upload it as a JPEG or a PDF and you can use it in our empty template, okay? It's all good. We don't insist that people use our flyer, our templates, just like with photography. You don't have to use our photography. A lot of our clients literally just use us to blast out their own e-flyers and get it out there to the real estate community, okay? So just to show you guys how this works, let's go back and say that I'm going to do the open house. And I think that logo I had was blue. Let's do a blue open house one. I've got 3 to choose from. Let's say this is the one I want. I can preview it at a bigger size. So I can go, oh, that looks nice. This is what it's going to look like when I have all of my information in it. Let's close that. I can also just choose select. That's the one I want. So I'm going to choose select. The system takes a few seconds to auto-populate it with all my stuff. And now I'm on the edit template page. So just to make everyone's life easier, we've tried to make this page so that the template shows almost true to size. I'm on a big computer, so it's nice and big for me, but it's really hard when you're trying to make marketing stuff on a laptop and your screen is smaller. So we've tried to make it as big as possible for you guys to see, okay? Over here on the left, here are all of my listing pictures. And over here in the template, I can see these green image fields. If I want to add my pictures, I simply click the ones I want and I drag and drop it over. And that's it, okay? I can scroll down through all of these. Here's one of the kitchen, drag and drop it over. Here's a bedroom one, drag and drop it over. Get one of the pool, drag and drop that over. When I'm done, I just hit Save Images, and the template is going to render right here on this page, and it's going to size all of the images and fit them nicely into the image field. This image field is more square. Most people's pictures are more landscape. So when you drag it over and hit save, the system centers it and sizes it best so it displays properly. It's not going to squish it and force it to fit in a square box when the picture's a little more landscape, more rectangular shaped. So it does that for you. Okay, I can also, if I don't like the picture I chose, I can just drag and drop a new one over top of it, or I can click delete and it will delete the image. If for some reason I don't want an image field at all, I can delete the entire image field and then I just have the background of the flyer, okay? So that's how you do your photos, just drag and drop them over, okay? Now look at my flyer. It basically looks finished, doesn't it? It's a miracle. It's not a miracle. It looks finished because I took the time to fill in all the property details when I created the listing, and when I created my account, I already uploaded my headshot, my logo, my phone number, all that stuff was already in there. So here it is in the flyer, okay? But that doesn't mean that I can't edit it further. If I mouse over any of these text fields, they're live text fields. If I want to edit them, I just click. I get a little text editor over here that I can like type directly into. Maybe I want to put Austin in there, and then I just hit save. And again, the template renders right in front of me. I don't have to leave this page to go and see the new proof of it or something, right? It just renders right in front of me. There's my change, Austin. Oh, okay, I like that. If for some reason I don't want any text, I can just highlight that, delete it, hit save. It's going to render again. It's going to remove the text. Okay? If I want to bring it back, I just mouse over it. It's still a live field. Okay? So you can go through the whole template, make whatever edits you want. Maybe you don't want the price. You could delete that. Anything you want to do. Here's my headshot, my logo. Even though this is my main headshot, if I don't like it, I can go in here and choose headshots. I can drag a new one. Maybe I want to use this headshot over top of it, hit save, good to go. It's really, really easy. We don't give people too many options on the flyers. You can't change the layout simply because we're trying to save people from themselves, right? Layout is hard to do, and we're trying to make these as clean and clear as possible. So you can't change the layout. You can add more text, delete existing text, that kind of thing. Also, I'll mention we do customize templates for people. If you want, if there's a template that you love the layout of, but you just wish it was green because that matches your logo, you can just reach out to me and I can make you a green customized template. It's $20. I can customize it. I can even make your contact information part of the background so you never have to come in and edit it. Or maybe you want your headshot to be bigger. Any little customization things you want, you can just hire us for $20. We'll do that. And then we will upload the template back into the library and only you will get access to it. There'll be a new category in the template library with your name on it and your customized template so you can use that over and over again. We have lots and lots of clients where we've done that for, okay? So you can do that as well. Okay, so also under my little options menu, this is where I can add my subject, okay? When you do an e-flyer blast, it's basically an email going out to people. You have to have a subject, right? Just like when you're sending someone a regular email, you want to put a subject in there so they know what's coming at them. So let's just choose that. Amazing family house for sale. You guys are real estate agents. You're going to have better subjects than I do. But you want to put something in there that's going to get someone's attention, make them open it. Do not add a bunch of exclamation marks. It's tempting because we're excited about our new listing, but don't do it. It's just a flag for spam. We don't want our e-flyers to get flagged for spam. Okay, hit save. There's my subject. I can also add additional links. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so automatically every e-flyer links to the virtual tour that you just made. Okay. Typically, when you send out the flyer is really just a teaser. It only has a couple pictures. It's got a bit of text. What you want is someone to get this in their inbox. You want them to just click on the flyer and then up pops the virtual tour that we just made for this listing. And it has way more pictures, way more information, links to videos, links to floor plans, all kinds of good stuff. So think of this as just a little teaser to get the word out. To save you time, we've automatically auto-populated the link to the virtual tour for this listing. It's in here for you. You don't have to do anything, okay? So you could just move on if you wanted to. If you don't want this flyer to link to anything, just delete and that gets rid of the link. If you use another company to make your virtual tours, that's totally fine. You can just come in here and delete our link and copy and paste your own link in here, okay? We don't mind. We don't force our clients to use us for everything, okay? If you want to add a link, like maybe you've got, oh, sorry, auto-pop it, my website. Oh, look at this. I don't have to type. I'm a terrible typist. So anything that saves me time typing is great. So I can add my own personal website. Maybe I want like a welcome to Austin, www.austin.com. These are all links that will show up at the bottom of my e-flyer so that if anyone's interested in these things, you know, they can click without having to leave. So I'm going to hit save. They're all saved. Okay, so now I've got my e-flyer links to my virtual tour, also my website, and also just some informational page about Austin. Okay, so you can add links. Social media. If you have social media accounts and you've already set them up when you created your account up here, did all this information, they're going to show up here. And if I don't want these to show up, just unselect. If I want my flyer and all this information to show up on my social media accounts, keep them selected. Good to go. Okay? And that is it for this page. So we're on the edit template page. My template looks good to go, right? Next, view the proof. Okay, this is where I have to take a minute and tell everybody, please, please, please take 5 minutes and view the proof of your flyer, because every single day I get a panicked phone call or a panicked email because an agent has just blasted out a flyer to 5,000 people and there's a mistake on it. I've actually had people use this template and they didn't think to change. This is just text that's populated in there. It's suggestion text so you can see what you could do. But obviously my open house is not August 20th, right? I've had people blast this out and go, oh, I didn't change the date. And I'm thinking, oh my God, how did you miss that? But you know, people miss things all the time. People are in a hurry. You never know. It doesn't matter. The point is we all make mistakes. Take 5 minutes to view the proof. Okay, here's the subject. Here's the flyer itself. And you see my mouse changed. If I click on this, it's going to open the virtual tour and play the virtual tour. Make sure that works. Scrolling down, here are the other links I added to my website, to Austin. Click on these links. Make sure they take you where you expect them to go. Here's my social media. Make sure I've got the right addresses so you actually land on my Facebook page, okay? So take a minute to look at this. If you're not sure, you can also send a proof of this to your client, right? You could say, Bob, here's the flyer I want to blast out tomorrow. What do you think? Let me know if you want any edits. Maybe Bob's like, oh, I hate that picture. Put a picture of the pool instead. No problem. You come back into the e-flyer, you jump back to edit template, drag and drop a new picture over, go back to proof, send it back to Bob. He's like, great, looks awesome, send it out, okay? When you're good to go and you're confident that your e-flyer is exactly how you want, you can hit continue or use the navigation bar to get to the distribution page. So this is the final step. Bear with me, we're almost done. This is where you're going to tell the system how and where to blast out this e-flyer. So once again, to make everybody's lives easier, you land on what we call the mapping page to make a mapping target area. Most people do it this way. So what we've done is we've created a sample target area with your listing in the middle. We try to include anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 people. It just depends on geographically where you are, just to save you some time, right? You'll notice over here on the right, this is going to go to just over 8,000 agents. Wow, that's a lot of agents. It's going to cost me $49.91. If I'm okay with that, I can add it to the cart and I'm done. If I'm thinking, you know what, that's a lot of agents. I don't think that many people need to see this listing. I want to be more precise. I can click on the little handles here and I can change the size and shape of my target area. And as I do that, this will update. Oh, now it's 4,000 agents for a lesser price. I can also click on this and move it around. Maybe I just want to hit downtown Austin. This is a Google map. So when I click on it, I can move it around. I can zoom in. I can make this really, really small. Maybe there's just one specific like suburb that you want to blast this out to, right? Maybe you've got a really specific listing and it's pretty exclusive and you only want to blast it out to like a very small enclave of whatever. You can do that too, okay? This will always update. If you want to add an additional target area, just click Add Target Area. We'll dump in a second one right next to the first one, zoom out, and say, this target area I want to be up here, okay? Again, you've got area 2. That's how many agents are in that area. It's an additional $2. Great. If I'm happy with this, I add it to the cart and I'm good to go. If I don't like anything, I can delete that. Ooh, don't like that. Now I'm back to where I was. Okay, so that's how the map works. You can zoom way out. Maybe you want to send it to Austin, but you also want to send it to Houston. You can zoom way out and there's Houston. Make another target area and blast Houston. Maybe you want to hit the 3 cities. Whatever you want to do, again, this is just a Google map, so you can move around and get it set up the way you want. Okay, so that's the map blast, which is, again, most people use. You can also choose My Contacts, Add Contacts, sorry. If you want to send this to a specific list of people, you don't know that they're necessarily in that geographical area, but you want to make sure that they get your e-flyer, you can just enter their email addresses in here, okay? Maybe you have a list of like favorite clients that you always send your new listings to, and there's 20 people on that list. You can enter all of their email addresses, and if you find that you're sending it to the same people every time, enter their email addresses, give this distribution list a name like my Gold Star clients, and then hit save, and it will save the list down here. And then every time you do a blast, you can say, you know what, I'm also going to send it to these people, and I'm also going to send it to those people. Okay, if you ever want to delete them, just hit, unselect if you don't want to do it, or you can delete the distribution list. Okay, I'm going to cancel that because I didn't put anybody up there. You can also upload a CSV file. So if you have like an Excel spreadsheet with 150 names, you can just upload that and the names will show up in here, and then you can give it a name and save it. Okay, so you can always add additional contact people to get your e-flyer, people who are not included in this geographical area. Okay. Last but not least, if you want to send it out on a specific date at a certain time, you can do that as well. Typically, when people make their flyers, once you put it in the shopping cart and pay for it, that triggers the blast. It will go into the queue and will start going out. It just depends. Fridays are a really busy blast day. So once you send it to the queue, if there's a lot of people in there, it might take 10 or 15 minutes to go out. It just depends how many people are in the queue ahead of you. if you're really organized and you want to make your marketing material today, but you want it to go out tomorrow because you're going to be golfing tomorrow or you're going to be out of the office tomorrow, you can simply say, okay, I'm going to choose tomorrow, Friday, and I want it to go out between 9 and noon. Okay, once you do that, you're done. Add it to the shopping cart, you can pay for it, and don't panic, it won't start going out because you specified that you wanted it to go out Friday between 9 and noon. Okay, so if you want to set the time, you can do that as well. Okay, that's it. If I add this to the shopping cart, there it is in my shopping cart. Here's all my information. I pay for it. I'm done. I'm going to delete this because I have accidentally sent out fake flyers before during tutorials and then got a whole bunch of phone calls. So I don't want to do that. Okay, everybody, we're basically done. I'm going to go back to the home page. The only other product we didn't go through is print material. I'm going to very quickly click on print material. I'm going to choose my listing again. Where are we? I'm going to click create new. Okay, the only difference between making print material and an e-flyer is that with print material, you can have double-sided templates. So again, they're 8.5 by 11, but you can do a double-sided one, portrait, landscape. We have brochures, which are 11 by 17, and then you print them out double-sided, then fold them in half, so you have a little booklet. We also have big postcards, and we have little postcards. How you make these flyers is exactly the same as how you made your e-flyer. So if I were to click on, I don't know, let's just click on this, on that one. I don't want to do that one. Let's just click on this one. If I were to click on one of these, it's going to auto-populate as much stuff as it can. I'm going to drag and drop all my images over. I can click on any of the text fields. The only difference is that I have a front and a back. If I go to the back, here's the back page, right? The actual interface is exactly the same, okay? I can view my proof, and then when I'm done, all I do to finish is I can download a PDF of it. It's print material. We're not going to blast it out. We're going to download a PDF that we can send to the printer of our choice. Maybe we have a pretty decent printer at home and we just want to print off 10 or 15, you know, color copies that I can take to my open house, that kind of thing, okay? So that's why I'm not going to go through the whole making print material because it's exactly the same as the e-flyer virtually. You just download your PDF at the end, got your own nav bar across the top, very similar. That's one thing we've done with all of our products. We try to, it might be boring, but we try to make the system as repetitious as possible so that people can use it more easily. Once you've figured out how to do something in one of our products, it's going to be virtually the same in all of the products, okay? And I, on that note, I'm going to go back to the home page. If there's any suggestions you have, like if you're using the system and you're thinking, oh, it would be so great if I could do this when I'm making an e-flyer, let me know. Pretty much everything we've ever built is because our photographers or our clients have asked for it. Because us, like, I'm not a real estate agent. I don't use this software every day in the same way that agents use it, right? I'm building the software for you. So by all means, if you have a suggestion or if something isn't working the way it should, let us know because software is buggy and sometimes we have to fix things. That's just the way of the world of software, right? Okay, that brings me to the end. I think that was about 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. I apologize. Once I start talking, I get going. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask me now, or by all means, feel free to email me later if you have something you want to discuss. If you want to meet with me one-on-one and do like a more in-depth, maybe you're interested in virtual tours and you just want to go through a full in-depth how to make a virtual tour, I can meet with you one-on-one. Also, on the Realtour website, if you click on help and support, each of these is a little video. It's literally me doing one of these tutorials just by myself and recording the session. You can watch each of these. I'm actually going to update these in the next week or two because we've made some updates to our software, but anytime you need help, just come to the help and support page. Sometimes it's faster and you can just watch a 5-minute YouTube video and go, oh, right. That's how you do it, right? If I'm not available or you're busy or you just prefer doing it that way, it's all good, okay? All right, I'll stop talking. Does anybody have any questions?
Hey, Jenna,
Mm-hmm.
regarding the print materials,
Yes.
could you, design a brochure or a trifold or whatever on here on Realtor,
Hmm.
and then could you ship it off to a printing company where they could mass print, like, high gloss
Yeah,
uh,
absolutely. Yep,
copies, stuff like
absolutely.
that?
Yeah, yeah. Most of our clients do that. Like obviously the clients who are making brochures and stuff, the ones that are 11 by 17, they're not printing those at home. And same with like postcards because you need that stuff cropped and stuff. Absolutely. So when you go through the print material, there's a page. Remember with the e-flyer, you could send it to the client. You can send it to the client, but we also have send to the printer. So if you have someone that you work with down at Staples or Office Depot, or maybe it's an official print house and you work with him all the time, you can just send them the PDF directly from your Realtor account. And there's a place where you can say, hey, Mike, please make, 250 copies of this. Use that card stock that you used last time. Do full gloss, whatever. And you can send the PDF, print quality PDF right from your Realtor account to your printer.
Perfect. And also, I didn't see any templates. I'm sure you have one, or same question, but designed. I guess when you send off the printing company, they can fit in the address label and everything on there, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
on the postcards, there's space left alone for where if you're going to do like a farming thing and you send it to the post office and they're going to like print the address right on there or whatever, the spaces are left on the back for stamp, for postage, for addresses, all that stuff. Yeah, it's just a blank space and you can't edit that. You can't do anything to it. We've got that all built into the template.
Perfect. That was my question.
Okay. Everyone else is good. Again, like I said, if you think of something later, just you can reach out to Brad or you can reach out to me. My email is just Jana, Jana, at realtour.biz. And I will, once we're done, I will post this little recording onto YouTube and I'll send the link to Brad and then he can send it to you guys if you ever want to watch it again because it's pretty exciting stuff.
This was terrific, Jana. We'll follow up with everybody and see if there's any other questions, unless anybody has any questions right now. But we'll definitely keep you in mind for one-on-ones if anybody would want one. And yeah, that's all I got. So thank
Okay,
you again.
great. You're welcome. I hope everybody has a great day and maybe we'll be hearing from you soon.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Jana.
much.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye.
Thanks, Jana.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.